Shalom. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. I know those of you that watched Brother Martin's video the other night, which was entitled American Eclipse Bible Codes Part 2, he had shared one of my tables, which you saw in the slideshow, um, as it pertained to something he had shared in his video. And the table contains a couple of codes that I really need to discuss. I was really prompted and inspired when Brother Martin did the video and asked to share my table. And I said in the comments that I would produce a video. Not very good at video stuff, so just bear with me and for audio quality and perhaps video quality. Um, Hopefully in the future we'll be making some upgrades. But anyways, we're going to be talking about these codes. But first, I'd like to talk about what's on the screen here. And it doesn't bring me joy really to bring this up. And I'm not the first person to talk about this topic, but there's something coming, and people need to be informed. And I'm surprised that the people in New York who walk by this cathedral don't see what's going on. I mean, let's take a look. Look at that. Can anybody tell me what this is depicting? Raise your hand if you know what this is. I mean, it was obvious to me when I first saw it. That's what the enemy does. They telegraph things in plain sight. Could that be a bus crashing through the Brooklyn Bridge, possibly, with a tidal wave coming over it? Gee, I don't know. I mean, I'm not laughing. It just boggles my mind how people just don't recognize what's going on when they walk by and they see this. Yeah, I'll help them. Anyways, so let's get to the Bible codes. And okay, so this is the table that Brother Martin shared, and it features several Bible codes, especially this one here. They shall smite New York. It kind of trails off the border of the code table. It continues on. Um, and this anomaly here, Tsunami, this really blew my mind when I found this, and you're going to see why. This code is not it doesn't have skipped letters like the other ones. It's just embedded in the text, and it's in a really interesting place. What's really fascinating is that this anomaly appears in other tables that pertain to this topic. The the coming destruction of New York. And like I said, I'm not the first person to bring this up. Many people have had dreams and visions concerning this subject. You can hear about them on YouTube. You can just pull it up on YouTube. Destruction of New York prophecy, and guys like Roy Wilkerson, um, Jonathan Kleck did the decryption of the currency. It's on on the new $100 bill. Um, but we're going to go ahead and talk about this code here first. This "They shall smite New York." This is right here. This is on a very narrow code matrix cylinder because it's at a skip of 15. So when you look at it vertically, it's in a very, very small. So basically, if you went to Ezekiel chapter 7, verses 4 through 6, and you wrote it out on a piece of graph paper, 15 characters wide, this is what you would see right here. And originally, um, I just saw the code for New York, but then I saw an extension. This is what's called an extension. This word for "they shall smite." So it makes up a larger code now. And what really struck me was where exactly it was encoded. And if you read the scripture where it's encoded, it'll just um, it'll make you gasp. "And my eye shall not pardon you, nor would I spare, for I repay your ways while your abominations are in your midst. And you shall know that I am Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. Thus said the Master Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, calamity, and only calamity. Look, it has come. An end has come. The end has come. It has awakened against you. Look, it has come." And if you look at this, let's go back here. Sorry. That looks like a calamity to me, doesn't it? So, um, what I started doing was I started searching code matrices that would include this code because it's only at a skip of 15. So you can see it spread out in a linear fashion right here. Here it is in a different program, um, showing where it is in the text. Ezekiel 7, verse 3, through 6. So it only spans an area of 3 verses. This here is the statistical value of the code. The odds that you'll find it in that field of letters just within those 3 verses is 152,063,622.361. That's pretty slim. So pretty much what that means is that's not there by accident, just to say it plainly. Um, Moving on. Okay. This code table has been featured in several people's platforms. Dr. Pigeon has shared this on his channel, and Breaking Babylon, they've shared it recently. And basically, what I wanted to do was reconcile what I call the Kleck prophecy. Now, I used to follow the guy. I don't anymore, but I think there was a few things that were revealed to him that are really just mind blowing. I mean, you got to give at least a little credit where it's due. Uh, it's no disrespect to the guy, love him. Um, it's just there were some differences, and I just kind of parted ways out of his quote unquote ministry. Um, Best wishes to the man, love you, but you know what I'm saying. But there was a few things that I really um, think that there was a lot of merit to what he was being shown and was talking about, and this is one of them because he's not the only one. Like I said, there's many people, and as you can see, the results that I was seeing in the code work were just completely just off the charts statistically. The way the terms come together and what the terms are. Um, this line here in red is the New York code, as you can see. And so I went into Ezekiel. This is at a very, very small page width of just 150 characters. So again, picture a piece of graph paper with um, the seventh chapter of Ezekiel written out at 150 letters per row, and that's what you'll see here. You'll see atomic. Their city is stricken. Sword to the nations. This is in the plain text. And the word missile is embedded in the plain text. Boat from the sea, which explains this. Submarine. And this table, like Brother Martin said, depicts a possible scenario in which La Palma would be struck with some kind of ordinance, and then you would have a tsunami going up towards Babylon, which would be New York in this instance. This is just a hypothetical scenario. I'm not saying it's going to happen like this, but the word the code for La Palma just happened to be in this table. So anyway, going back to the other table. Mark the bereaved, the abomination, the city of dragons, from the sea, boat, end of the plumb line of USA, counting the dead, 10,000s. My wrath, double, the wine of wrath, right? 1,000 woes, Leviathan, the desolate one was confounded. All these vertical terms before the building of the young bull, which is Wall Street, of course. The only one that really I this is kind of my interpretation. This right here, this woe and consuming fire has come to Babylon. Now this first word here, hey vav, is woe. But then you have shin. You don't have the words consuming fire, but a shin represents consuming fire. I mean, it really represents consuming fire of the Holy Spirit, but you know, um, the verbiage fits. Then you have the word Babel, and then you have the word come. So this is kind of my interpretation. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. Some people may look at that and say, "Well, it doesn't translate like that." Well, no, it doesn't exactly translate like that, but this is kind of my interpretation. So I just kind of, it seemed to fit the theme, but everything else is, it'll translate exactly the way I have it. Um, and this table is probably one of the most, you know, eyebrow raising, hair raising tables that I've worked on. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's very telling. It fits the motif. Sorry. We'll just continue here. Now, this, never mind the dates. Like I said, hypothetical scenarios. But um, again, we have the tsunami anomaly, which we're going to look at here in a little bit on the code program. I guess this would serve as an axis term, this word for judgment. You have La Palma here in Jeremiah 50:28 through 29. Multitude of waters right next to the word tsunami. The code word tsunami. Behold, the days come. How Babylon has become an astonishment among the nations. Judgment against the seashore where he has appointed it. Behold, the days come. And I was looking for possible years, and at the time, you know, 2021, judge 2022. Of course, it hasn't happened in 2022. It was just, I'm sure I can find all kinds of years on this table, but this is a totally different table than what the one Brother Martin had shared. Same theme, though. Same theme, strong results. And here we have same thing. We have New York. This is the same spelling as the code you'll find here. Oops. The one I showed you in the beginning at a skip of 15. Oops. I'm still learning my way around this thing. This one here. This one here. It's the same spelling, but it's not the same code. This is a totally different table because the word New York shows up many times in the Bible codes. But again, it appears in a code matrix where you'll find this tsunami code. Again, you have the word submarine, but instead of Russia this time, you have Iran. You have Iran, and you have the word atomic encoded over the word for war. Um, you have the word for war encoded here vertically with a skip, and the year 2025. Again, hypothetical. Hypothetical. They will be doing NATO drills this spring, the largest NATO exercise in history. So, what does that tell you? So, anyways, we're going to look at this word here, tsunami, in the codes. And what this is it's embedded in the text at no skip, but it shares, we call this an abacus effect, and I'll show you why. You go here to where it is, Jeremiah 51:39. Any of you guys watching this can pull up an interlinear Bible and pull up the Hebrew and go to Jeremiah 51:39 and find us. And there it is. It starts with this Zadi right here. That's a Zadi. Zadi, Vav, Nun, Aleph, Mem, Yod. Show it. It shares letters with 3 words. We call this an abacus effect. Jonathan, a code searcher, came up with that term, and it's very fitting because an abacus, what does that do? It kind of um, it kind of shares space on a slider, and you can take 3 and slide them this way, and it just works. If you know what an abacus is, I can't explain it very well, but you know what I mean. Um, so when you read the verse, in their heat, I will make their feast, and I will make them drunken, that they may rejoice and sleep a perpetual sleep and not wake, saith Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. Doesn't make sense why it would be here. Isn't describing anything like a tsunami, but watch when you go up, verse 42. The sea is come upon Babylon. She is covered with the multitude of waves thereof. That's talking about a tsunami. Isn't that amazing? I mean, and that's how the codes work. I'll pull it up on the program, and you're looking at Jeremiah 51:39 through 42, and this is where the word tsunami is. Let me make the font a little bit bigger. And there's the word for tsunami again, and we will advance it up. Right there is verse 42. The sea has come upon Babylon. She is covered with the multitude of waves thereof. Her cities are a desolation, a dry land, and a wilderness, and a land where no man dwelleth. Neither doth any son of man that pass thereby. That's it's pretty amazing that the Most High does things like this to His word. Of course, the word tsunami is going to be located here somewhere. Um, it's just how it works. So that is what I have for you guys. I mean, I think we've pretty much gone over all the code tables. Um, these are just possible scenarios, different scenarios of how this right here is going to go down. Um, this works the same way as like what they do in the Simpsons episodes and everything else. Telegraphing things in plain sight. And when, you know, that's a good question. I would say with this possible sign in the heavens that we're going to see, I would say it wouldn't be too far afterwards. I mean, I'm just taking, reasonable shot in the dark there. We will see. And for those of you faithful believers who live there, start thinking about this. Have preparedness and have a plan. You know, if you don't feel like it's your, you know, if it's Yah's will for you to go, then stay and be the light of the world and the salt of the earth as you're called to be. And maybe it's your purpose to be there, but you know, I think the bad guys got some big plans in the pipe, and this is on their plate. Um, you know, like I said, it doesn't bring me a lot of joy to do this, but as you can see in the code work with the statistics and the just the accuracy and the way the terms come together, it's it's pretty obvious. There's something going on with this. So, anyways, I'm not going to continue to go on and Babylon, Babylon. Um, we'll be doing some more videos. I'll be doing some more videos here shortly. I've got to do yet videos about the eclipse, and it's only a couple weeks away. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And if you want to, look at all my code work, you can go to my Facebook page, the Set Apart Cipher. I'm not connected to Wi-Fi right now. I'm recording this video without it, and then I'll just be uploading it. I promised I would do one, so here it is. Like I said, it ain't the best audio quality or video quality, but and I'm just an amateur at this recording stuff, so hope you guys got something out of this. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Drop a comment in the comment section. Comment section, and I'll be glad to answer. So everybody have a good day, night, whatever time it is that you're watching this. I'll be dropping this link in Brother to Martin's comment section, and thank you. Shalom, guys.